Hello, lovely people. Welcome back to Improve Your English with Evelyn. I'm Evelyn, your favorite English teacher. So we have about a month and a half left until it is Christmas. And this is usually the time of year when we make plans for what we're going to do during the holidays. What are we going to do? Who are we going to spend our time with? Where are we going to go? Are we going to stay in town or are we going to take a trip somewhere? In this video, I'm going to teach you what tense you can use to talk about future plans. So the most common way to talk about the future is to use going to. This grammatical tense is created by using subject, to be, going to, plus a verb. A verb is an action word. For example, I can say, I am going to bake cookies.
I'm gonna bake some pie. And you're gonna keep the cluster flags at bay.
So you can also use the contracted form of going to, which is gonna. Gonna is used a lot more in spoken conversation rather than academic writing. In this form, we can use subject, to be, gonna, plus the verb. For example, I can say, I'm gonna build a snowman this afternoon.
I'm gonna build a rocket.
So another form that you could use of going to talk about the future is to use the following structure. Subject, to be, going to, be, and then a verb that ends in ing. For example, I could say, this holiday, I'm going to be visiting my family. Or I can say, I'm going to be skiing this weekend. Or I could say, I'm going to be visiting Mexico.
Grass and flowers. And don't think this means I'm gonna be visiting every week.
Now you might be asking yourself, in which situation would I have to use going to? That's a great question. Let me explain. The first reason why we might use going to is to talk about future intentions. Intentions are plans that we have for the future that might not necessarily come true. We have plans to do something, but we're not quite sure if it's actually going to happen. For example, let's say you're finishing your master's degree and you have 2 semesters left. In this situation, you can say, I'm going to graduate from grad school after this year. Now, how can we create a question? If we want to ask our friend about their short-term intentions, we have different options. We could ask them, are you going to go out tonight? Are you gonna go out tonight? Are you going to be going out tonight? Now, the second situation in which we can use going to is to talk about predictions based on evidence. This tense can be used to talk about things that most certainly are going to happen. For example, if it's a very cloudy and overcast day, you could say, it's going to rain today. The third situation in which we can use going to is to talk about promises. For example, if you have a son who's doing really well in school, you might say to him, I'm going to get you that bicycle if you continue getting straight A's. Now, the second grammar tense that we can use to talk about the future is called present continuous. Present continuous. You might be thinking, wait, that's used to talk about the present. Well, you're right, but present continuous can also be used to talk about the future. So present continuous is created by using subject, to be, plus a verb that ends in ing. For example, I can say, I am leaving home in 30 minutes.
I'm leaving home.
Present continuous is very similar to the way that we use going to talk about intentions. However, present continuous is used when we talk about plans that are a little more certain. For example, I can say, I am having Christmas dinner with my family on Christmas Eve. Or I can say, I am flying to New York December 15th.
I'm having Christmas Day lunch with.
I think I'm flying to LA tomorrow. Yeah.
So there you have it. There are some ways that you can talk about the future. Your future plans, your future dreams, your future wishes. I hope you enjoyed watching this video and I hope you found it informative. As usual, please don't forget to hit the like button. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time.